Hello, my name is Chaia Forster, and I have recorded this because it is Carers Week this week in the UK, 8th to the 14th of June 2020. And the library has a lovely thing called Reading on Prescription, and that means there's a lot of books out there for people with different conditions, but also for carers, for you and me. I'm a carer myself for several people. And I'm also an occupational therapy student, so in that capacity, I have seen a lot of people who have to come to terms with their loved ones having a serious condition and looking after them. A book I have found unbelievably helpful as a carer is this one by Hugh Marriott. It is called The Selfish Pig's Guide to Caring. And there's a lovely picture on there. The pictures go throughout the book. They are very funny. The whole book is very funny as well, which doesn't mean that sometimes it's so brutally honest as well that it is difficult to. It's a little bit confrontational in that sense that you're made aware of what you're going through. But on the other hand, it's good to be aware of it, and it's good to know that you're not the only one. Selfish pig, I hear you ask? Well, it's for those who think they are selfish pigs for struggling with caring. And as the author said, that just makes you an average carer. You don't choose normally to care for your loved one. You care because you love them, not because you thought, oh, let's do this caring lark. Selfish, also, you may feel selfish looking after yourself, but as the book points out, that is unbelievably important. And a lot of the book revolves around that, how to look after yourself, how to see the signs of a burnout. There's a chapter called Pushing Them Down the Stairs. I think we've all been there at times, but it's how to avoid pushing them down the stairs, really. Lots of tips on looking after yourself, both physically, mentally, financially. It talks about all aspects of being a carer. There's a chapter on young carers, there's a chapter on sex, there's a chapter on death, about needing a break, and a lot of really practical tips. There's no practical tips on benefits. There is about the frustrations around dealing with officialdom, which we all know can be pretty tough. But as it's a book, it cannot keep up with up-to-date benefit changes. So the author has very wisely left that out, and it would be horribly out of date by now if he hadn't. As I say, it is very funny as well. And to show you a picture, they're all piggy pictures. So, for example, there's this one. And I know we all feel like that. How do we squash everything in there? And also, my favourite, because most of us carers have been that when you have to go for an assessment. This is on the chapter on officialdom. This. And you will understand. You've been there. You say no, they can't do it, and they just can do everything, completely wearing themselves out, leaving you to pick up the pieces afterwards. But hey, officialdom thinks they can do it. And on that one, I would say look after yourselves, have a good time, check out the books in the library for carers. This is just one of many. It's just what I found helpful, and I hope you found this little film helpful. Take care.